I'll be riding a bike from Auschwitz-Birkenau to Krakow, and this is like a 90-kilometer ride. It's a charity ride to benefit the Jewish Community Centre in Krakow. Jewish Community Centre in Krakow is taking care of the local Jewish population, which dwindled down to now about 500 people. The liquidation of Auschwitz took place just in the beginning of January, and I was told that there were some 18,000 people were marched out of Auschwitz into direction of west, into Germany, to get away from the front line. So Germans wanted to keep this labor force or whatever with them, and they didn't. And whoever was left behind was children and sick people. About 2,000 people were left. I was among them. January, very, very cold day, and I joined a group of youngsters, and we walked for several days just to get away from Auschwitz after liberation in the direction of Krakow, because I was born in Krakow. My whole family lived in Krakow for generations. We were a few youngsters, and we had a big group at the beginning, but later we dispersed, and everybody was looking for himself to get shelter and get food. And it was difficult because people, we were, you know, like refugees, and people looked at us very unfriendly way, and some of them treated us well, some of them didn't. They knew who we were, and we were dressed like my dress was still had this striped patches on my coat, so they knew that we were survivors from a concentration camp. They would give us a place in the barn to sleep with animals, which was fine. It was warm, and they gave us food just to, you know, for supper, or a piece of bread and or warm soup. I was separated from my family, so I was hoping to find my parents in Krakow when I arrived there, but when I arrived at the Jewish community, I was just admitted to the orphanage there, and nobody from my family showed up so far. A few months later, my mother found me. She started to look for my father, and he never showed up. And we were looking through many different sources, and we assumed he perished. He was murdered during liquidation of Auschwitz. When I was riding in Florida this winter, many of my cyclist friends were really excited about my story, and they donated money. I had a website, and they donated money. And I even inspired one of the cyclists to join me on the ride. He's going to ride with me. Now the Jewish Community Centre is trying to rebuild this because there is lots of interest of people traveling and tourism, and all the buildings and synagogues and buildings in Krakow are still intact. They were never destroyed. So the Jewish life starts to return